Okay. The thing says I'm live. So, am I live? Huh. Seems to be okay. All right, well, I'm going to assume that I am live. I'm going to move this out of my way over here. So I can just make sure that, yeah, that'll be fine. And now I'm going to go to here. And, you know, I'm going to take this back over here. And I think what I'm going to do, oh, hey, tapping, please. Yeah, there will be tapping. Hello, Sean. All right. I'll give it a couple more minutes before I click off the timer, but I'm going to go ahead and play a game of, hey, Nathan. Good to have you here. What am I doing? I lose my train of thought here. All right, now I just want this here now. Okay. Let's do just, I'm just going to do that 2 colors at a time thing for a moment. Or starting with 2 colors, I guess I should say. Come on. There we go. All right, I'm going to guess maybe the red. And I'll add the yellow here. Come on. There we go. And that makes me wonder, well, there's only one more place to try. And now we'll see what we get. Hey, Silly Willy, how's it going? Hey, what do you know? Okay, so we know where the red is. I don't know where the green is, but I'll just pick a spot. Put you to bed. Right on, James. Okay, Attica. Well, I hope you have a good time. ASMR time. All right, paint dry. Paint dry guy. Excuse me, guys. Okay, well, you know what? There are 16 of you here now, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to kick off the timer. About this one. There we go. And I could just put this kind of anywhere for the moment. All right. Hey, Tim, how's it going? Good to have you here. Oh, cool. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Silly Willy. Groovy. Okay, where am I at with this stinking game? All right, so red's here, green's there. I'm going to add in the light blue. See what that gets me. Okay, so, well, we know the red is where the red is. The light blue is going to be, I'm not sure which of the 3. I'm just going to move the green 1. And then we'll bring in the dark blue. Okay. Nope. All right. So which one's right? Let's say that it is the light blue. I'll move the green 1 more. Put the dark blue in here. Add the purple. Nope, completely wrong, but I got all the colors. Excuse me again. Man. Okay, well, we can work this backwards, can't we? So it means that's not one of the blacks. It's one of these. So I know red is one of these blacks. But it's not the light blue. Let's go down to here. It's easier to think about it. so I'm going to say that it's this one there. If this is right, maybe. That would have gone there. Hey, the Wizard Tuesday. Wow. Thank you, man. That's very generous. I appreciate that. I'm not sure exactly where it's going to go just now, but it will get spent on something. I mean, yeah. It may get spent on something as basic as like toothpaste or something. Who knows? But thanks again, man. I appreciate it. So if that's like that, then this is like that, then that means the dark blue will go over here, but that won't accommodate that guy. So, All right, so let's see if I switch these. Nope, that doesn't work. So I'm going to say the green needs to go over there. I'm going to say it was one of these. Like that. No, let's switch that. Put that like that. I think that's it. Yeah, what do you know? Got it. All right, so where are we at with the comments? Hey, Joey, how's it going? Well, you know, it very well might get spent on some cannabis sort of thing. My throat's getting dry all of a sudden today. Wow, Tim, thank you very much. That's super, super generous, man. Everybody, 3 cheers for both, well, Tim, yippee-yi-yay, and for the Wizard Tuesday, and man, Tim, that's super, super generous, man. I appreciate that. And Rich asks, wait, have I got all the stinking comments going up far here, or where am I at? Okay, no, we haven't put up decorations yet. I don't know when they're going to go up. My sister does all that stuff. Probably in the next few days would be my imagination. Okay, and do I follow NFL football at all? You know, no, I don't really follow NFL. Once upon a time I did, when I was like a kid, and yeah, off and on when as an adult here and there. Usually because I had friends that were into it, and you know, you'd be at their house on a Sunday. So what are you going to do? You're drinking beers and watching football. I mean, that happened a lot. But yeah, so that's that. I mean, so yeah, but I mean, yeah, cool. I hope. I'm not sure who you're rooting for. It doesn't matter to me. I suppose I should root for San Francisco because they're, you know, just across the bay. But hey, Joel, is that how I do that? Joel or Joel? Hey, Rob, how's it going? Oh, you know, the jury stuff ended up not happening at all. I was dismissed. They didn't require my services. So when I kept checking in, it kept saying check back tomorrow until like I guess it just did that like 2 days because it was a short week because it was the week of Thanksgiving, right? So, but yeah, I didn't have to do anything. I just checked in and they kept saying they didn't need me. So Tim says, you know, I'm not sure. I haven't finished my Christmas shopping. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing. I don't know. I don't know. Being perpetually broke, it's you know, depressing to think about. Because yeah, well, whatever, it is what it is. How many siblings do I have? I only have one sister. Hey Ben, how's it going? Okay, I guess I'm caught up with the comments now. Yippee-yay. Okay. Just play. Let's do the ring. Why not? Yeah. And then after this, I'll start doing the brushing and the tapping and the jar and the like. Okay, there we go. Now we know where magenta is. Trying with the purple. Oh wow, got that right off the bat. Okay. Okay, we know the dark blue is there somewhere. Just not yet. There we go. So magenta, purple, dark blue. Alright, the light blue is out. Alright, I think I'm here. Alright, that's not doing any good, so let's do yellow. It's there, right? Okay. But we don't, oops. Have I gone too far? Yep, I did. I don't want that. What was that? That was magenta. I need to go back around. That's purple now. It should be green now. It should be yellow now. It should be the dark blue now. I should be here now. And what I want to try yellow, right? Yes. Nope, so I'm here. Wait, what is... Okay, I guess it's the green that's out, isn't it? So I should be here now. There we go. Excuse me. Okay, more comments have come in. Okay, I already read that one. I already got that one. Thanks for the comment, James. That's funny because it's just a piece of scrap 2x4 for when I was building stuff in here to to remodel the garage into kind of cell phone do I use? It's I don't know. It's not a name brand fancy thing at all. Hey, how's it going, James? All right, anyway, so I'm here now, I think, right? So I have this, and that, but this, I should be here, I think, so I'm going to try that. Is that orange? Let's try that as orange. Yep, okay, now I just want to come here. This is going to be red, and that should be done. What do you know? I'll leave that be for the moment. Let me go back to here. Right now I can go back to here. There we go. All right. Everything seems to be more or less functioning. Hey, Nizzle Penny, how is life? So we got, where am I going to start? Let's start with, what I got all over here. I got some schmutz on my, I'm going to just get that off there, get that off there. Here we go. All right, I think we're okay. Let's do, excuse me. Did I have MySpace? No, I did not have MySpace. I didn't, yeah. I just didn't. I don't know. Thanks for the kind words, Bobby. That's kind of you. Struggling with sleep. Well, I wish I could help more than I can, but who knows? Maybe we can give you some relief this evening. I'll start with some tapping on this one here. So I'll whisper over here and tap over there. Tap, tap, tap. A bit of tapping over there. A little bit of whispering over here. Soft speaking, I guess, is more what that is. Let's do more of a straight up just whisper. Hey Rob, nice comment, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna, I don't know why that's seeming more awkward than whatever, so we'll do just some finger tapping here for a minute too while I just, I don't know, what can I mumble about? I don't know. You know, all through the week, there's always things I think, oh, I should remember that. That would be a good thing to talk about in the live stream. You know, when I have moments of, you know, just kind of dead air as far as like me having something to say. And I think, oh man, I better remember that. And you'd think by now I'd just say, just write it down somewhere. Thanks, Tim. That's a great compliment. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear about your cat, Rob. That's messed up. Man, man, man. Yeah, I know. Man. I haven't kept pets as an adult, but when I was a kid, you know, we had pets, and it, you know, I mean, they die. I mean, it's just what happens to me. Most cats and dogs don't live as long as humans, right? But it's always just heartbreaking. I get what you mean, Rob. I mean, I know, you know, pets are just pets, you know. You can't, you know, carry on a conversation with a cat as you could like a normal human, but nonetheless, the emotional bonds that we, you know, create with them are just as real, you know. So when you start feeling, you know, some kind of sadness or woe, whatever, for, you know, your pet, then yeah, it's real, you know. Okay, I gotta check on some comments here. Oh my goodness. Let me get the over here. Well, I think we're getting a decent start off tonight, Chico. Okay, I'll go back to the tapping in just a minute. Man, that's just heartbreaking, Rob. Well, I hope so too, James. Okay, so I will do a little bit more finger tapping, and then I'll do a little bit more with the handle, and then do some whispering over here, do some tapping over there while I do some whispering over here. I think I mistakenly said whispering a moment ago when I was in fact soft speaking. Well, you know, as you can see, I'm grasping at straws for things to say. But I will just babble about nonsense over here. Maybe make some mouth noises. Let's try to slow that tapping down, shall we? Slow it down a little bit. Yep. And slow it down. That's pretty decent slow speed, yeah. Sometimes I find it hard to just stay slow, you know. My brain Yeah, Tim. The space I live in, I know I've mentioned before, but it's formerly the garage and sort of basement storage area in the back of the garage. I sort of emptied the whole thing out and ripped out the walls and stuff, and I put in some walls for like a front wall and a door, and then I built myself a little bathroom. And so this is left over from that mess. Hey, paint dry guy. Thanks, Joel. I appreciate that. There we go. Slowing down a little bit more. Slowing down a little bit more. Slow it down a little bit more. To finish with the project, you mean, Jim? I don't know. In truth, it's still kind of ongoing. I ran out of money. But I have all the, doors and windows, and I have a bathroom with a, toilet, sink, and shower, and I don't really have a kitchen. I have like a little microwave and a little fridge, and then I have a little magnetic hot plate, but I almost never use it. Actually, I don't even know if I have a pan down here for it anymore. I think the last pans I had down here I took upstairs to use in the kitchen up there, and just left them. But I mostly eat like sandwiches and salad and that kind of thing. That's a really good testament, paint dry guy. I will take that as a really high compliment. All right. Yeah, it's okay. The space is pretty good, Tim. James Games. Oh, there. All right. Let me get the brush back. Do a little bit of this again. Let's do this. So I'll be over here babbling about who knows what. And tapping over there. There we go. It's kind of slow. Keep it slow. Keep it slow. Keep it slow. No, Tim, I do not wear contacts. I've never worn them. Events or sports? No, not really. Trying to think of anything I've noticed. Not really. I've been kind of, well, mostly I've been trying to, deal with, the family stuff that's coming up, for the holidays and all of that kind of thing. And of course, I just, there's a ton of projects around here that just need attention that I've kind of like been wrestling with trying to manage my time better. So, I've been trying to get focus more on that. So stuff like news and things has been, I just kind of set it aside for a while. So, I mean, since the downer after the election, I've kind of just been on the news. I just haven't really gone back to it. And there's other things I could be doing with my time right now. So, that's what I'm trying to get onto. Looks like Nostradamus. That's cool. Oh, what was the guy that was, although I'm nowhere near as big as him in physicality, but somebody, Rasputin. Somebody had compared me to Rasputin before, too. Oh man, that sucks, Tim. Yeah, well, that's the thing. As far as like trying to find a balance. I agree. There's a good, there's value in understanding what's going on in the world, but yeah, we need to, especially here in the modern world of now, right? I mean, I live in the United States, which is, probably the wealthiest nation to have ever existed, as far as stuff, And yet, we have people who are, I'm not in a very good economic situation, but there are people who have it way worse than I have. I've seen photos and documentaries and read articles and stuff about some of the places, especially in Appalachia. Or is it Appalachia? Appalachia, I don't know. Somebody tell me what's the way to say it. But there's places there that have pretty extreme poverty and, I don't know. It's just, what was I trying to get at with all that nonsense? Everything just gets so kind of hardcore and oppressive on an emotional level. We don't have our society doesn't value self-care and stuff like that. Which sucks, but is that little fishy? Is that how I'm seeing that name properly? Glad you like the tapping. I should switch over here, shouldn't I? I don't want to have it all be on one side as each one, right? Trying to balance it out a little bit. Just have a little bit of talking or whatever I'm doing over here and tapping over there and babbling over here and tapping over there and babbling over here and tapping over there and do this like this. I really like this sound too. Someday I'm going to have, it would be nice to have anyway, some fancy equipment, because the other thing I like is when I'm doing this and I'm watching, you know, how the bristles, the tension of the bristles, you know. It's kind of a weird thing to watch them. Bend and flex, and it's weird. Synchronous, is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Anyway, it's a trippy thing to watch. Alright, let's go over here and do some over here. Oops. Don't kick that bell. Alright. Keep it slowish. Slowish. Slow. And slow. And slow. Slow and slow. Get over here. So I'm going to brush over there while I'm whispering over here. So I'm brushing over there while I'm whispering over here. So I'm brushing over there while I'm whispering over here. Now I'm brushing over there and whispering over here. Brushing over there and whispering over here. And brushing over there while I'm whispering over here. And I'm brushing over there while I'm whispering over here. Get a little bit of water. Clear my throat. Okay, I think some jar time. What do you guys think? Jar time. Oh, thanks, little fishy. Glad you could finally catch one too. Yeah, you're right, Tim. It is the same camera I've had since, I mean, the very, very beginning, and the first few were done on a little laptop. And I don't remember how long it was, for a few months, I guess, maybe. Maybe as much as the first year. I don't know. I don't think it was that long. When I finally decided to, well, a whole lot of things. Anyway, I got a different computer, and I bought this for that. So they're 10 years old anyway. Yeah, what do we have here? Got 30 people here. I don't know what the total has been as far as, you know. Hey, Canyon Lark. I suppose I should remember the numbers better and stuff like that, James, but yeah, I don't know what the biggest crowd I've ever had is, but 30 is pretty good size, I think, if I'm remembering properly. And Bablu. I really like this sound. Okay, that's enough of that for the moment. I think I'm going to go back and play a little bit more Code Breaker. Just because why not? So we'll do that to there. Everything still seems okay. Switch that. Let's go ahead and say play again. Here we go. I'll just stick with the starting with 2 colors thing. So red and orange to start with. And one of them is in there. I'm going to try red first. And then we add the yellow. Mellow yellow. Is that Donovan? So is that the yellow, or did I guess, or did I put the red, choose the red right? And I'm going to say that it's the red, and we're going to add green. I feel like the other puzzle did this just earlier too. Nope, okay, so means orange is in it, not red. And it means yellow was one of the, that's where the black peg comes from there. So now let's put in light blue. See what that does for us. Okay. Put the orange there. Put the yellow here. Put the light blue on the outside. Put that one there. Let me get some water. Okay. So dark blue is out, but the other 3 are in the spots that they need to be in. So let's go ahead and put them there. And now the good news is that there's 2 spots, but there's only 2 colors left. So they either go this way or they go where I just trade spots with them. What do you know? There we go. Let's see what I missed here. Yeah, you know, Tim, I don't know. I mean, I think I could go back and look it up stats-wise someplace. I just don't know where that would be. And yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's going to be, if not the most, it's going to be among the higher ones. Because it's maintained about 30 concurrent viewers pretty steadily. So, I mean, people have been coming in and out, it looks like. Because it's already had up to 108 views, so that means, you know, 30 people have been roughly maintained. Anyway, I was playing this thing over here, wasn't I? James says, what was my first job? Well, outside of doing stuff like babysitting and yard work for neighbors and that kind of thing. So I suppose yard work would be first, then babysitting, and then that kind of thing. My first actual job where I had to, you know, pay taxes and that kind of thing was I worked for Circle K, which is, I don't know how far they have reached to, because I don't think we have them up here in Northern California. They were down in Southern California. I think they started in Arizona, to be honest, and then spread from there. But they're like 7-Elevens, except for they're not franchises. At least they weren't when I worked for them. They're only company stores. It's, you know, everything is, you know, corporate. Yeah, and it was a crappy neighborhood in San Diego, like a really crappy neighborhood. And yeah, I didn't work there very long. I don't even think I worked there for a year. Actually, I know it wasn't a year. But okay. Yep, you're right, Canyon Lark. It's supposed to be white and black, but I have this, I use this thing called, what is it called? Midnight Lizard. Yeah, Midnight Lizard. It forces websites into sort of a dark mode. My suspicion is that it just sort of does some weird hijacking of CSS or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, you've got the estimation of what the meaning of the things properly set up there, Canyon Lark. Yeah, I agree with you, James. I like these things. You know, and even if it's like, you know, I mean, I know I see it in other people and not in so much in ASMR. I've never seen anybody else do. Actually, I shouldn't say it. I have never watched somebody's live stream in ASMR. I've tried to do, no, it's not true. I did see Airlight do one of hers. But, you know, some people get, you know, much bigger numbers and the like. But it is, I mean, I'm fine with whatever numbers I get is fine. You know what I mean? Because it's, I don't know, I kind of feel like it's a bit of a community, you know? So, you know, as long as they can kind of maintain that, at least in part, then it's, you know, useful to me. But anyway, okay, so Tim hated it, huh? I think most people hate their first job, don't they? Oh, so you have Circle K's up there? Maybe they spread through California, or, I mean, I don't know, I'm just guessing. Oh man, when I worked for Circle K, there was no making sandwiches for people. There was hot dogs on those rollers, there was a nachos thing, and there was microwave pizza, and I think that was it. Or maybe there was some burritos you could buy too, I don't know, something like that. You know, I don't know what's happened to Airlight Hong Kong. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I kind of used to interact with her a little bit on social media outside of YouTube just because I really like her work. And, well, and she lives in Ukraine, so I don't know her fate. I don't know if she's okay, if she's had to relocate, if, you know, I don't know anything about her. But, so I don't know. I hope the best for her because I do think she's one of the best. She's got an amazing sense of just making everything be really beautiful. You know what I mean? The visuals and the audio and everything just really going together, and it just makes it for a holistically groovy thing. Anyway, so I guess I'll play another one of these. Let's go to Ring. Hey, Max Hammer. Nice to have you. I have seen RoboCop. Yeah, I really quite enjoyed that. Oh, why do I keep clicking the magenta? It's not in the puzzle. Spaced out goofball. Purple's not in it either. Okay, dark blue is in. But where? blue is somewhere, just not there yet. Just haven't found the spot just yet, yeah. Hey, there we go. So there we are, right across from each other. So now let's put in the green, I guess. Adding the green. The green's in here somewhere. Hey, there we go. So the two blues and there's the green. Gonna keep that one. Let's try yellow. Nope, not there. Okay, yellow's there. But I'm here, so I'm gonna keep that one. So I should be here. Let's try the orange. Okay, now I just have to come around to this first yellow. I think I'm here now. This should be red. What do you know? Code broken. Okay, where are we at here? Am I seeing where I forgot? Yes, that. Baba is you. Doesn't ring a bell. Yeah, I've got some tea here. All right, let's play around again. Again, I'll just start off with two colors. Oops. Hey, they're both in it, so which two? We start with those ones on the far left. There we go. Nope. So let's push this over to there. Let's push this one over to here. Just put the yellow one right there. And then we'll put the greens on the outside. See what that gets us. Well, it's got to be the orange, because it only has that place else to go. So there's the orange goes there, which means that the red has to go there. But that also means that the yellow has to go there. So there should be three blacks now. And let's see what we get now. Okay, still just three blacks. So let's put these in where they go. Come on. Okay, and then put in the dark blue, see what we get. Okay, so dark blue is in it. I'll go ahead and just pick that spot for it. Let's go ahead and put in the purple, put in the orange, and then the red. What do you know? Got that. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, it's a good way of having better control over your sugar intake is what I think, Tim. Baba is you, huh? Okay. I'll try to remember that. Baba is you. Oh, you know, I can make a note of it. I don't always keep track of or remember notes from, but Baba is you. You, all right. I don't think you're alone there, Tim. A lot of people struggling with the whole sugar thing. Wow, what do you know right off the bat? Okay. Try it here. Okay. Yep, that's where it goes. Let's keep the magenta. Let's insert the green. So I've got, I want to keep this guy here. I want to keep this guy here. I think I'm here now. So I'm going to try the yellow there, I guess. Yep, okay. I think I need to go one more. Now I should be here. Alright. Nope. So I'm here. I should be there. I should be there. I should be there. I should be there. I should be here. What do you know? God, it really gets hard for me to see what's going on with this sometimes. Yeah, let's play one more round of these two, and then I'll go do some other stuff as far as tapping and the like. Again, I'll just keep to the starting with two colors thing. And so they're both in it, just not in the correct spot yet. So I'll try red there. We'll try orange here. And here we go. Wow. And here we go. Put these here like this. I'll put this yellow here. I don't know why. Let's do that. Okay, well, at least I guessed it right. That's kind of cool. Okay. Still not luck on that. Put the yellow one over here. I want, I guess, dark blue. What do you know? The dark blue is in it. Go ahead and put in the purple. I'll put in the yellow. Oh, okay, well, now we know what it is. Yippee-yi-yay. Yippee-yi-yo. There we go. Okay. Alright, it's in the puzzle, just not in the right spot yet. There we go. Now we got it in the right spot. Okay, now we're searching for the spot for purple. Okay. Alright, now I should be here. Yep. And alright. I think that's there. I think I'm now here. Okay. Hey, what do you know? Nope, but it's going to go here then. And now I should be there. Now I should be here. Now I should be here. Now I should be there. So it's not the yellow. I should be here. Should be there. Should be there. Should be there. Hey, what do you know? There we go. Let's see, what do we have here? Am I into... I like gadgets at times, just because sometimes I don't know, they amuse me. I don't know. I'm not into smartphones so much just because as an object I don't like the form factor, you know? I mean, it's a perfectly groovy thing to have for communications. Um, and that's all I really use mine for. I don't use it really as a smartphone so much as just, a cell phone, really. Because if I want to do more stuff, I'd rather just have different object to do it. Like I don't really do much. Like if I had it, wouldn't have much use for a tablet. Like I have a little tablet, but it's really just a reader, like an e-reader. You know what I mean? I mean, it does a few other things than that, but that's really what I have it for. Because otherwise, I'd rather just use the computer. So I don't really use phones that much, but other gadgets, I like gadgets, especially if they have to do with making music. Man, if I had a lot of money, I'd have way too many gadgets. Thanks, Paint Dry Guy. Thanks for coming by. I hope you have a good night's sleep and pleasant dreams and all that, man. Okay, all right, so I'm going to go back to here now. Let's go back to here now. Okay, and I will go back to, let's see, what do I want to start with? Let's go with the jar first. Try to do the jar a little bit slower for a bit. Whisper, 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 whisper over here. And now we'll do a whisper, whisper, whisper over here. Whisper, 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 whisper. Whisper, 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 whisper. My overall opinion on the military. I think it's aggravating that it needs to exist, I mean, that we still have a need to have, for big bombs and guns and things to be pointed at each other over borders. That bothers me, but it's the reality of the world that we live in. For as long as that's the reality we live in, I think it's a good idea to have, a functioning military that does a good job. And I think that the people who function in the military should be respected. My problem with militaries really isn't the military itself, it's how the military is used. So it's really the governments that bother me the most. Like I said, for as long as there's a need for a military, then you gotta have it. But then it's not the soldiers' problem, you know what I mean? The problem really is the decision makers that send them off to go do things. So, yeah, it's the same thing like with any kind of constabulary force for, like police or sheriff or, whatever, it doesn't matter. As long as people are going to get pissed off at their spouse and haul off and bat them upside the head, then you need to have people that will come in the door and say, hey, you can't do that anymore. I mean, I hope that answered your question. Do you ever take walks? Yes, I do take walks for the sake of walking, James. When I used to live in San Francisco, holy mackerel, I moved out of San Francisco in 2017. It's been like 7 years, yikes. Anyway, my favorite thing to do on my days off was to just go down, especially like on Sundays, would be to go downtown and walk around in like the Bank District when there's like nobody there and you're just walking among these, skyscraper type buildings. I mean, skyscrapers in San Francisco aren't the same as skyscrapers in New York because earthquakes and such, we can't build as tall, but nonetheless, it's like you're walking in these, concrete and cement canyons, essentially, right? Concrete and glass kind of thing. And when there's like nobody else around, it's pretty cool. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just as far as an urban vibe. It's sort of that liminal space kind of thing. And also, just to go over to the park, I lived pretty reasonably close to Golden Gate Park. Yeah, Tim, I do miss living in San Francisco. Because it's, it's an actual city, where you can walk places and use buses and light rail, etc. And just be a human and still get around. Man, I hope that noise upstairs isn't too horrible for you guys. And plus, there's just always something happening in San Francisco. You know what I mean? It's just sort of that's true about any big city, really, right? But San Francisco is kind of like a big city in a small package. It's 49 square miles. That's not that big. I mean, I've walked across the whole city, and talk about walking. Yeah, I mean, there's times I've walked all the way from the beach to the wharf or vice versa. Well, Bay to Breakers, right? That's that one famous run thing. I don't remember how long it is. It's not anywhere near a marathon thing by any stretch of the imagination. Because it mostly goes pretty straight from the Bay to the Breakers. So I don't know, it's going to be whatever that ends up being, but I don't know. Sounds like some dogs are excited. Yep, some dogs are excited. I gotta stop slouching. Anybody have any noteworthy winter travel plans or vacation plans or anything of the such? I mean, I'm not going anywhere. It's sort of this mixed feeling sort of thing. I like watching these travel show channel things on YouTube. And like one of my favorite ones is that guy Steve Marsh, who's a Scottish guy. And he does a lot of trips around Scotland and the Highlands up there, but he also does just trips into Europe and the like. And he's usually doing low budget trips. You know, he's not, I know a lot of people do these where they do the first class trips and they're basically just doing ads for airlines, aren't they? You know what I mean? That's really what that whole scene is about, which is the point of it, yeah. But anyway, but I like the travel channels where it's like they're actually going to a place and walking and they're trying the, you know, the cheap fare thing and letting you know what it's actually like to sit in those seats that, you know, most of us can afford. Or, you know, assuming you can't afford. But I have these, you know, part of me likes watching it because it's like you're seeing things vicariously because you can't go yourself, right? But that's the deal, isn't it, right? It reminds you that you can't go yourself. And so it's like, it's cool to see these cool things, but it also just makes me go, man, I wish I could go. But days in Georgia, far out. So let's see, Monday is the 9th. So you'll only be there to the 20th. So you're not going to be there for the actual Christmas holidays then. Okay, that's enough of the jar for a minute. Let's do some brushing on the end of the board. Okay, here we go. I'm going to brush on the end of the 2x4. Brushing on the end of the 2x4. Brushing on the end of the 2x4. Brushing on the end of a 2x4. Brushing on the end of a 2x4. Just goes around the other side here. Oops. Brushing on the end of a 2x4. Brushing on the end. Oops. Just rub the shock mount with the 2x4. Brushing on the end of the 2x4. Brushing on the end of a 2x4. Let's do a little tapping. Do a little tap. Do a little tapping, tapping, tapping. see it, right? Slower tapping. Try not to bump onto the shock mount. Try to do some tapping with just the fingers here. Doing some tapping with just my fingers. Doing some tapping. Got fingernails going on there a little bit too, yeah. Tapping a little bit slower. A little bit slower. Alright, let's go over here now. Tapping, tapping, and whispering, and mumbling about some nonsense. Keep it from going too fast, right? Tapping and whispering a little bit, and tapping and whispering a little bit, and tapping, oops, and whispering a little bit, tapping and whispering a little bit. Okay. Put the wood thing down for a bit. I feel like there's something I'm forgetting. Got the piece of wood, got the jar. Oh, you know what I haven't been doing is I haven't been brushing directly onto the mics. That's what I haven't been doing. There's been no mic brushing yet this evening. What a horrible oversight. Well, we'll just fix that right now, shall we? Go straight to the brushing of the mics. 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 Brushing of the mics. vicinity of the microphone. Now I will do this to the other microphone. I will speak softly in the vicinity of this microphone while I brush using a craft brush. The wire mesh protective screen on the microphone is intended to protect the capsule from harm. The capsule being the part that actually takes movement and then turns that into a current. There's usually a little diaphragm thing above it there. Well, actually a fairly good sized diaphragm on this microphone in particular, but not the biggest by any stretch of the imagination. To be honest, I'm not even sure exactly what the spec is. I imagine it's an inch and something. Switch hands a little bit here. Continue to brush over here. Let me go back to doing some soft speaking while I brush on this microphone over here. Brushing on this microphone while I do a mixture of soft speaking and whispering. Soft speaking and whispering. And brushing on the microphone. Doing some whispering and some soft speaking while I am brushing on the microphone with a craft brush. I am brushing on the microphone while simultaneously speaking softly as well as whispering from time to time. And there goes some dog upstairs. Probably Leo, who's some sort of terrier, chihuahua sort of mix of some kind. Okay, let's see where we're at. Oh, you know, we're getting down near the end. We're inside of the 10-minute mark. So I guess, heebie-jeebie, you guys. Excuse me. So if there's any last-minute questions or the like that anybody wants to pose, now would be the time. Oh, and also, I guess I'm going to go ahead and start it now. Was thinking of doing it after the first of the year, but I figured, it's the Christmas holiday, so why not? Going forward, I'm just going to do the live streams weekly, so they'll be every Saturday at 8. Is going to be, and I'm going to try that for a while, see how well that goes, and yeah. Does most of my family get along well? Yeah. I mean, we have our moments here and there, but yeah, everybody gets along pretty well. I mean, there are some family members that are not my immediate family that I don't get along with so well, but they're kind of, yeah. They're not really part of my world, nor am I part of theirs, and it's fine. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people have mentioned the desire for having a weekly stream. So, I figure I might as well give it a go, see what happens. I mean, I don't know. I imagine it'll be much like it is now, just be more frequent. But that's fine. I think it'll be okay. I have to stop slouching now. Well, I'm glad that you like that cat Manda. And, well, chime in when you feel like chiming in, and you don't have to if you don't want to. But, well, I don't know. I appreciate the compliment. Yeah, I didn't figure that making an announcement of doing the weekly sessions would be met with any sort of negativity. So yeah, that's the 14th, I guess. Okay, I'll see you next week, Tim. Nice to have seen you tonight. So now we're coming inside of 3 minutes. Any more pressing questions? Because the thing, I'm always a little, because there's a delay, and the delay is, I don't know, I'll do an experiment here. So for me, it's going to be 2:30 here in just a second. I'm going to wave, so I'm waving at 2:30 till 2:30 something. And so let's see how long it takes to, okay, so it just went just now. So it took roughly something like 15 seconds. So I have to like say a thing and then allow for you guys to actually see it. So I have to give it like 15 seconds and then, a little bit of time for you guys to actually realize, what's happened and then respond to it, right? Because I don't know, it's just a weird thing. The nature of large distances, I suppose. No, James, it's not, well, I don't think it's a dumb question. I mean, if you don't know, how would you know? It comes from my sloppy, silly use of Latin. Max for maximum, vox is voice, and pax is peace. The idea being it's the most peaceful voice, but I'm not sure about Latin word order anyway, so I don't know what the proper word order would be for, subject and descriptor or whatever, but I thought MaxVoxPax sounded better than MaxPax Vox. but it's sort of not necessarily, I don't think of it as my name, but sort of a proclamation of what the channel's about. So I'm Bill, and it's, think of it as Bill of the Most Peaceful Voice or something like that, if you want to think of it as the channel is MaxVoxPax and Bill is the guy that's on it. Excuse me. Well, hello, Drunken Gold. You're here just in time for the end. There's only like 30 some odd seconds left. And then I'm going to call it a night. But the good news is that these are going to be happening twice as often. So instead of every other weekend now, they'll be every weekend. Which makes it easy for me to figure out the scheduling of it, right? It's just, see you next Saturday. Mind the gap, that's great. Well, that's okay, Drunken Gold. Oops, the thing just went off. I have to stop my timer from... There it goes. All right. Oops. I just minimized the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, there we are. All right, so that's the end of tonight's thingy, gang. Sorry you got here so late, Drunken Gold. I hope that you can catch us next week at a better time so you can have more fun with us for a longer period. Anyway, so I can't think of anything else I need to say before tonight's over with. I'll see you guys next Saturday at 8.